Hello. So we are scheduled for a lice examination. Unfortunately, in the workplace, it seems that there is a slew of people that have reported a lice infection. So we're just checking everybody to make sure everything's okay. And we do have some preliminary treatments to go around, just some topical cream that we can put onto the scalp for those who are affected or those who are very likely to be affected. If you wouldn't mind, do you mind telling me your name and what shift you work and what department? Okay, do you know if any of your other coworkers have mentioned the lice outbreak? Okay. And she went back. She called it a day so that she could treat it, right? Okay. Alright, so I'll report to your boss that you came down for the inspection and the results of that. Okay. With your permission, I'm going to get a little bit close to you, and I'm just going to take a very precise comb and part your hair, and then take a very close look at different sections with my light. And let's see what we can find. Hopefully nothing, nonetheless. I'm going to just lower your hand a little bit here, and I'm going to get a little bit closer and towards the top of the scalp first. Now I'm just going to use the very small end here, and I'm just going to run it off and part your hair in a couple of places, okay? Loosen up some of the hair by just combing it real quick, okay? And then let's part it. Head just a little bit so I can get a little bit closer to the back, okay? Does this area itch at all for you? Turn your head to the other side. We're going to do the same. How about this spot right here? This looks like it does have some... Let's try skin. Yeah. I'm not coming up with anything. I do see a little bit of flakiness, a little bit of dry skin. Do you typically have a dry scalp or an oily scalp? Normalish? Okay. And what type of shampoo do you typically use? Do you typically condition? Can I have you look down for me? Just gonna check at the top of your scalp here. A little bit more. Well, on the bright side, I'm not seeing any type of infestation. Got your hair a little out of organization here. But given that you're working the shift in the department where the majority of the outbreaks have been, I'd like to give you just one of the preliminary treatments. It's not something that you need to worry too much about. It's just a topical type of cleanser that will sit into your hair and it will evaporate. But it will also ward off and prevent a lot of infestations from wanting to make contact. It's kind of like a bug spray for your hair. Only it's more in a lotion form that you can put in. It suds up a little bit and then it evaporates. It is recommended if you suspect an outbreak to wash your bed sheets, to wash your pillow sheets, anything that your head may generally make contact with. And that way, if you've picked it up, even if it's in the very beginning stages where you may have a small infestation or it may just be eggs at this point, something like that it's recommended. And this won't be irritating at all. Sometimes it does have a little bit of a tingly sensation, which a lot of people do enjoy, but it's not something that's going to be harmful or burn your skin. Okay. And it's not something that I need to be precautious with applying, so I'm gonna take my gloves off. And let's go ahead and start with the conditioning agent. I'm gonna mess up your hair just a little bit more, but I'll comb it out. Take a look down for me. I'm just going to reach over and get the back of your scalp. And on the back side, where your neck is, just going to get a little bit more. Again at the top. fluff it up and let it get a little bit of air, okay? Go ahead and look up for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of rub this down along the face, and so that any contact from like your scalp and downward is going to have plenty of that application, okay? Now that we have that applied, I'm going to just take another second look. Sometimes when you add the repellent, it will cause movement on your scalp. Do you feel any kind of itching or tingling sensation? Yeah, the tingles sometimes can just be from the medicated ointment itself, and it can also be because it disturbs any occupants. So I'm just going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm just going to take a second look. Do you mind turning your head a little bit more? I just want to get a closer look at the back, okay? Alright, and I'm just gonna this is a little bit of a ticklish area, I apologize. Okay, let me comb this out. You can go ahead and face me. Looking at the comb, I'm just seeing some of the residue of the repellent, but no eggs, no bugs. Okay, we're going to do the same on your other side now. Just to double check. And get comfortable again. Yeah, and the comb looks empty. Alright. I'm pretty certain that you don't have any type of any type of infestation. Nonetheless, it is recommended, especially given the department that you work in, to wash your sheets, anything that your head frequently makes contact with, hats, scarves, clothing, something that you normally wear high up on your neck or your hair makes contact with. it's going to take just a couple more seconds to aerate, and in the meantime I'm going to just fill in some of the paperwork, and that way your manager knows that you've gone through the inspection and that everything comes back clear. Okay. Okay, so no signs of lice or other infestations or parasites. Alright. Well, you're in the clear. I'm just going to comb your hair out through, and that way it goes back into the normal direction it sits in, because you're a little bit fluffy right now, okay? I think we've had about 5 or 6 cases in the last week, and that's what prompted the whole investigation. Every day I have to go home and do the same preliminary treatment on myself, just because I interact with somebody that might have the infestation. So I don't know, I kind of enjoy the treatment though. I like how it tingles. I like checking. Reach around to the back here and just kind of clone. Just kind of comb that down. Beautiful. Alright, you're in the clear. Okay. Definitely keep an eye on the itchiness though. If you do suspect that you've come into contact, or if you use the work desk of any of the following employees, especially with their phones, just be very precautious and to wipe down the phone before you use it. If you're using their workstation, try to be conscious of it. Definitely give me a shout out if there is any kind of increased itching, or you suspect that you might have picked up one of the books. Okay. Alright, well in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.